Welcome to this week's MedicExchange Industry News. I'm Emma Buckley. With funding on almost everyone's agenda, our top story this week is on the latest KLAS report, Getting to Stimulus Funding, which consultants can help. The report does all of the hard work for you when deciding whether to use an outside consulting firm and which one will help your organisation secure a piece of stimulus funding. I spoke with General Manager for Services and Financial Research, Mike Smith, and he started by telling me about what's important for providers right now.
The thing to keep in mind is the clock is ticking right now for providers to meet some of these important deadlines, to meet some of the meaningful use requirements that are in place. And so we put a report together that would enable them to hopefully identify consulting firms helping other provider organizations meet some of those meaningful use requirements. A lot of the focus of the report was around CPOE work, which is an important requirement for 2011. And so that was really a big part of our focus. We recognize that providers are going to have a number of different needs based on their organization. Some of them are going to need help with implementing a lot of implementation firepower, and perhaps even bringing in an outside party that's going to take a lead role in the implementation. Others may just need a couple of bodies to help them meet some of the requirements that are in place, and others are going to need some advisory help. And so we really kind of take a look at it from a number of different perspectives to say, here are the players that can help you if you want them to come in and do a major implementation. Here are players that can come and give you advisory work or advisory assistance.
There are lots of companies who are making huge strides in healthcare IT innovations. One of the forerunners is Calgary Scientific. I spoke with their Vice President of Sales, John Marshall, about their groundbreaking zero-footprint cloud computing and clinical application solution, Pure Web.
Web technology that OEMs can apply to their existing clinical applications or their PACS or their HIS or RIS or EMRs, whatever they choose, which in turn Web enables these high-performance software applications and allows their heavy and sensitive data to be viewed through standard web browsers without downloading any software to the client or moving any data to the client. And that's, I think, the key point. And it's this zero-footprint accessibility on low-power devices such as desktops, laptops, mobile phones, netbooks is really where the value resides. And when a hospital has multiple packs installed, it's critical to save time and throughput and workflow by having all of the images, no matter what system they're residing in, to be able to view them on the images and exams on one point of entry anywhere, anytime. And we've made that integration and experience seamless for our OEM partners. PureWeb virtualizes and harmonizes these systems in that zero-footprint web platform without changing the look or feel or functionality of that existing workflow. And our OEM clients have, around the world, have seen a definite increase in their clinical diagnostic reach and productivity, and their deployment and support infrastructures have changed in a more positive and profitable way.
And we're pleased to announce that Calgary Scientific just signed a deal for PureWeb with Siemens. We wish them all the best with that. Now, if your organization is concerned about meaningful use, John Lynn's latest ebook, How to Select the Right EMR, will give you a simple guide of the main criteria to look for in a vendor. We spoke this week. I asked him what his top points were to picking the right system.
I think the first key is really gaining implementation buy-in. So a doctor that wants to select an EMR needs to get buy-in from their clinical staff. And in the ebook, I talk about, well, how do you get this buy-in? How do you create a plan of, and implement that in your office so that you have buy-in from all of the clinical staff, the front desk staff? And then it's really interesting because then that buy-in then becomes your plan for selecting the right EMR. Because you realize, oh, I want to save transcription costs. Well, I need to find an EMR that doesn't have transcription costs. So then they have a plan. Okay, well then let's find the EMRs that provide the benefits that got us the buy-in with our clinical staff. So I talk through all of those points about that.
Our featured blogger this week is Brian Ayer of the Mid-Columbia Medical Center in the Dalles, Oregon, who writes frequently on the intersection of healthcare, technology, and government 2.0. Remember, through MedicExchange.com, you can connect with an online community of 60,000 healthcare IT and radiology professionals. MedicExchange.com is an interactive guide of radiology and healthcare IT products and services, giving vendors the opportunity to position their products and services right in front of senior level, purchase-ready decision makers. Well, that's it for this week's industry news. Remember, if you have any stories or press releases, please send them to flash@medicexchange.com. And of course, you can keep up with us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Well, that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.